Hey guys, so we're back once again for another edition of our Stocks by Request, where we talk about we feature the top stocks that you guys requested via social media. So for this, no, it's so interesting because over the past few days, especially Friday, we saw a lot of selling, a lot of transactions. Friday ended with 27 billion pesos of value turnover, bringing the markets down to 1.97%, and having it close at 6791.46. It's so interesting because we really don't see that much in terms of value turnover on a, at least on a daily basis. No, that's above and beyond. That's above and beyond what we would normally see. Now, what's interesting though is, uh, out of those transactions, foreigners bought around 18 billion. Out of those transactions, foreigners sold around 21 billion. So total amount, no, looking at it, net foreigners sold already. So we've been seeing also, prior to the large buying moves that they had a couple of weeks back, over the past few days we've been seeing them start to sell also. So please do note, when foreigners sell, it also brings a bit of downward pressure on the markets, which, if you also look at it, BPI down 83 pesos per share. It's down 5.68%. And if you look at, in terms of foreign buying and selling, no, for BPI, pretty much foreigners sold 174 million pesos. And looking at the charts of BPI, here, allow me to let it load. By the way, please do note this. If you're new to this channel, we talk about the market, we talk about stocks, but in any way, no, this is not stock picks. These are not stock tips. Please still study, do your own due diligence when it comes to the markets. When you hear someone talk about stocks in whatever platform, from Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, from whatever social media channels that you see, or traditional, I guess, avenues for investing, do not just buy it specifically just because it's talked about in that fashion. You have to take the time. You have to really spend a lot of time learning the ropes yourselves, because it's your money and it's your responsibility. And what this channel normally do is, I share strategies and principles, but at the end of the day, you still have to do your homework. You still have to spend the time to create your own buy and sell signals. This is me teaching you how the technicals are, how you can use technical analysis to your advantage to help you trade. So, that being said, this is where BPI is right now. If you're looking at it, BPI, if you'll allow me to zoom in further here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, failing to break the 89 peso resistance level, followed by the large selling that we saw last Friday. So if selling will continue, here's the possible scenario, here's the possible narrative. Possible retracement should selling be pronounced. Now, so what's interesting also now is, because selling has been stronger, we could see stocks also start moving from either overbought levels to oversold. And looking at it also here from an RSI perspective, we saw it already start to dip down. Sakto yung dip down niya somewhere around here as well. So selling happens, possible area uh, of retracement will be at the 77 level. So that's it for BPI, which had foreign selling of 174 million. And by the way, no, it's it's just interesting to note and to point out to all of you that, um, I'd like to share this, that last when was this? Yeah, last weekend, just last weekend, we already had the chance to at least know somehow uh do a pilot run of stock smarts, but with a very very small group. So this is just a snippet of when they were asking questions, and when I was signing books. But it's nice again to be able to do a live seminar under our new normal protocols, under proper social distancing and proper sanitation. So I think I'm doing another run of this, smaller runs again, in January 2020. If you want to join us and you're from Manila, put it in the comment section below. I'll put a link there, and then I'll put maybe January sign up if you want to be part of it and you want to join our classes. So it's fun. It's nice to do these videos to help educate people, but iba pa rin yung live classroom setting. I know Zoom, hindi matatanggal yung Zoom. I know that uh, online will be the future. Distance learning is still the future that's happening today. But I don't know. It's nice to siguro do a mix up of it. So if you want to join us for that, feel free and put it in the comment section, or at least click the link in the description below. Now, I want to talk about RLC also, because RLC was also had a large amount of volume for at least last Friday. It was transacted pretty much, no, 2.7 billion pesos in terms of value turnover. The stock dropped to 16.62. It it went as low as two. It went as low as 2.24% for the day in general. So let's look at the chart here, and similar also to BPI. We saw RLC be sold down by foreigners. Foreigners were net sellers at 784 million pesos. Now for RLC, this is how it looks like. But I'll say this, no, it should not also be a surprise for all of you if some stocks start to go down, primarily because uh, nasa resistance sila eh. So stocks that normally hit the resistance, it's normal for stocks to start to retrace and go down and fall because they are at the resistance. So there. Anyways, allow me to point this and this to all of you. What's so interesting also from last Friday's move is that we are now seeing RLC fall below the 17.23 support level. And from a range perspective, there's a chance now that it bounces off here because there's a support. But if this does not hold, tendency for it to retrace back to the 15.18 level is also there. So um, Ayala, similar also to what stock was that? Nakalimutan ko na. To BPI, um, it's moving past already lower overbought levels for RLC. So kabaliktaran siya ano nangyari nung March where a lot of the stocks were oversold. But for now, we have RLC being relatively overbought and dropping from that level. So your current support to watch out for right now is at the 15 peso mark for RLC. Comment below if you're learning, and comment if this is something that's helping you. Now, SM Prime naman also dropped to 36 pesos per share. What's so interesting about SM Prime, let me load the chart first. Uh, what's interesting about SM Prime is it's down 1.37%, not as massively sold down, but value turnover was at 2.3 billion pesos. And if you're looking at it from a uh, foreigner's perspective, there was still a net foreign selling of 230 million pesos for SM Prime. Now, what's so clear for SM Prime is this: it did not break the 39.6 level resistance. So your next possible support right now is at around 34.7 pesos per share. Right after that, you have this. So what's so interesting for those who are trend followers is, let's see how this will possibly hold its ground. Because if it does not, it will try to attack and retrace the 34.75 level. And if it does not hold, next possible support is at the 31 peso mark. So please remember, the moving average has already dropped massively from close to 39 last March to around 31 pesos. So let's see if this particular moving average will also hold. So please do write it down. Your resistance right now is at, let me just point it so that masulat ko sa inyo. Your resistance right now is at 39.6 level. Your support right now is at the 34.8 level also. So we talked about BPI, we talked about RLC, we talked about SM. Another large cap stock, if you notice it, no, number two is a property development company, number three is a property development company, number four is also a property development company, which is Ayala Land. So Ayala Land also massive amounts of volume for last Friday. For Ayala Land also massive amounts of volume, 1.5 billion pesos transacted. However, what's interesting about it, it was a bit resilient. In when I say it's a bit resilient, um, even though it was sold down by foreigners to the tune of 46 million, as compared to BPI, it did not drop at a massive, massive, massive level. So looking at the chart for Ali, it's so clear that it has broken below the 40, or it failed to break the 40 peso resistance level. That's so important for you to note. And also, it failed to hold the 38 peso level. So, let me zoom in so you see it better and you have better clarity. So, yeah, no, it's so clear here that after breaking down last November 24, the 38 peso level reiterated itself as a resistance, and it tried to push up November 27, but failed to close higher. Then again, Friday tried to go up, but again, the resistance blocked it. So as of now, also, we are seeing Ali, from the RSI perspective, or at least from overbought and oversold perspective, it's now starting to cross down. It's now starting to get relatively lower. So that's where we are for Ali. So interesting enough, halos Gokong Wei, C. Ayala, number 5, is another banking stock similar to BPI. Um, Value turnover 1.2 or around 1.27 billion pesos. Uh, 1.27 billion pesos, and it's down 3%. Please do note also that BDO had its share of run, especially when foreigners were buying it. But for today, foreigners were net foreign sellers at 227 million pesos, at least for last Friday. So I'm doing this now while we are somehow no in a holiday, so that you can reference this and you can review this also. So we're seeing BDO also trying to start to push down below this level. But what one thing is clear is that there's a resistance still at the 114 mark. If the 103.75 level does not hold, possible retracement now for BDO could bring it to the 93.15 level. So I repeat, possible failure to break the 114.5 level because of what we saw the past few days. It will try to test the 103.75, which is already doing. So if it does not stay above 103, retracement will bring it back to 93. So bounce from 103 will bring the stock to the 114.57 level. So that's where we are for PDO. Probably I'll do two more stocks, especially the ones that have a large, massive value turnover. Next stock that I'd like to talk about, another SM stock. This is naman their holding company, SM. The stock dropped massively, 5.37%, down 55 points. It's below 1,000 already right now. It closed at the 970 mark as well. Foreigners massively sold it. Net foreign selling was around 506 billion pesos for the stock as a whole. So let's look at the charts. Comment below if you're learning, and comment if this is something that's helping you. By the way, no, I don't know, but if you know it already, we have in the first channel, we interviewed the CEO, CFO, and also the Vice President for Corporate Planning of TMW. It was such an insightful talk because we talked about POGOs, the property market, meron ba talagang bubble in the real estate sector. It's there, the first channel. The second video is coming out also tonight at 8 p.m. So if you want to learn more about it, feel free to check it out. My main channel at Marvin Germo, where we do a lot of holistic stuff there. So one of the reasons why SM pretty much dropped, no, because it was pretty much also overbought, and it fell from overbought levels. And the main resistance at 114, which is a resistance that extends way past even the pandemic. It was a resistance that it hit in 2018. It was a resistance that it tried to hit in 2019. But as of today, 2020, 2-year resistance, it has not broken past it. Magta 3 years na nga eh. Pag tumawid tayo ng 2021, we are seeing SM not breaking out of the 1115 resistance level. So that's the main reason why it fell. It's primarily because it failed to break out from the 1115 level, and it's primarily because it dropped from overbought levels as well, and foreigners have started to sell it. Lastly, this is something that has been beaten down also. Globe value turnover 1 billion dropped to 1948. Percentage change is 3.28%. And from a foreign, uh, looking at it from a foreign perspective also, foreigners sold the stock down, net foreign selling 250 million pesos. Large amount, very, very interesting. I'd like to see how it could possibly go also over the next few days. But what's so interesting also with it is I'm gonna analyze it based on this. Interesting. We used as what I've mentioned, we did stock smarts over the weekend, and this analysis, or at least the way I drew the support and resistance from here, is based on Fibonacci. So what's so interesting also is the Fibonacci retracement broke down the 61.8 support level, which happened to be the 1987 support range. So that being said, using Fibonacci, the next support levels that we have is 1911, and the next one is at 1834. So I repeat, 1911 and 1834. It broke down with massive amounts of volume. And if you'll try to see this, it really needs to somehow at least hold the 1911 level, because if it does not, we might see globe start to slide down further and move into a downtrend. So it's very consistent. Failure to hold the support, the stock is breaking down. Foreigners also have been selling. So there, I guess that's it. Thank you so much to everyone who has been supporting the channel. Thank you so much to Patrick Miguel YouTube channel for my cap for today. And yun, I hope you guys got a lot from this, and I hope that this is something that is helping you and is giving you insight and value in all of this. So, yun. Uh, for those who are staying to the end, I have a question. May binibili ngayon na linalagay dito, nakasabi, tapos it cleanses the air of viruses. Have you bought that? Is it something that's helpful for you? I want to know your comments, and I want to know if this video is something that's helpful for you as well. So I guess that's it for now. Marvin Germo. Uh, all of the things that you need to know about me are in the description, also below. The books, possibility of a seminar live in Manila this January. Then what else? All of my other accounts, the channels that we have, and if you appreciate this, I appreciate if you could place a comment below to help to help the YouTube algorithm. And if you like to press the like button, it will go a long way to help this channel out. So that's it for now. Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.